Feeling good? Feeling like we got organized? We know what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think
I
it's the chicken talking, but we can figure it out. Yeah, I think
Tonight's show brought to you by Pretzel Chicken.
Yeah.
Pretzel Chicken. You didn't know you love it, but now you do.
Everywhere you buy snacks and chicken.
Available. Ingredients available.
Two
anywhere.
great things that go great together.
Next week, it'll be brought by Jelly hot dogs.
Bacon bread. I would like a jelly
Twinkie
hot
steak.
dog.
Welcome to Bitter Coffee, a podcast from two friends who are just about over it. I'm Derek Fenton.
I'm Kelly Coffey.
Oh, I'm Mo Citro.
Hey, tits! Three friends.
Mo's in the house.
Friends.
Hey.
Doing a podcast. Mo's back. Mo, thanks for joining us again.
Oh my God,
Thanks,
I'm
Mo.
so happy to be here.
Thanks so much for not being scared away by our ridiculousness of the previous episode.
Man, what was that?
I don't even
These
know.
listeners, every single person who's listening to this podcast right now, you will have listened to the previous episode.
Yes.
We are sorry and you're welcome.
All in one breath.
Yeah.
All at once. We are both
It's
sorry and you
amazing.
are welcome.
It's
All
We
at
all
the same
have
time.
doctor's appointments coming up.
Yep, yep. Whether we want them or not.
Evaluation.
Yes, we all are getting our heads checked in one way or another. But it was so wonderful to have Mo on the show. She's back, and we couldn't be happier. We all got to sit down for a wonderful pre-podcast dinner. Family meal to commune with one another.
It's a restaurant term, by the way.
Share our days.
Family meal.
You're in the biz.
Yeah, I'm in the biz.
But Michelle prepared for us this evening a wonderful dish, which I wasn't even aware was a thing until fairly recently. Kelly, you hit me to this and let me know it was happening tonight, and I could not have possibly been more excited. It got me through my day. I had a very long day. This was all I was waiting for. Pretzel chicken.
Thank you.
And not only was there pretzel chicken, which I was already excited enough, there was also cheesy chicken.
Cheddar chicken.
Cheddar chicken. Cheesy cheddar chicken.
But it was cheesy.
Yes.
But it's
But in a good way, full
Yeah.
of cheddar cheese. It was incredible.
yet another reason why I married her. She went to the grocery store hungry, which always bodes well for me.
Sure, that's a danger, but
And so I was unpacking the groceries last week, and it was a box, and it said pretzel chicken. I said, this is everything I've ever been waiting for. Because who doesn't like pretzels?
I mean,
Like monsters.
Yeah,
And
horrible
who doesn't
people.
like chicken? Well, vegetarians.
True.
But whatever. For those of us who eat meat
and snacks.
and snacks and cheese,
And want them to come together
Yes.
it's happened.
married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not married.
Holy dinnermony, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was great.
So good.
wonderful.
So if anybody out there looking for recipe tips, hit up Michelle on the social medias. She'll let you know.
Right.
Pretzel
Next
chicken.
week, what are we having?
Is there a plan? Is there a plan in place for next week?
We'll have to ask Chef Pilardi.
All right.
Oh,
well,
that's right.
I don't know.
Chef Pilardi.
Hey, Michelle,
Chef Pilardi.
what's for dinner next week?
Chili tater tots. Bringing
it
back an
healthy.
old classic.
Love it.
And yeah, really.
A classic
really
pre-show dinner.
keep things light
Classic.
prior
Yeah.
to the podcast recording.
I will take my Prilosec before I get there.
Yeah.
and my heart medication.
Chili
and
chicken.
my
You want to double
cholesterol.
up. You want to
I
double
will.
up on the heart
I will.
medication for
I will.
sure.
Chili tots and 2 Beano back, please.
Actually, you guys will be on your own because I'll be in sunny Florida. 10 days
right.
with Mother. 10 days of martinis, I call it. I'm going on the martini train in Clearwater, Florida.
Martinis and mom.
Yes.
I love it.
Martinis and Mother.
10 days with mother.
Right.
I've watched that documentary. It sounds great.
It's
I mean,
gonna
you
be
talk about a
amazing.
perfect combination.
Yeah.
We're sitting here
Martinis and
bragging
mom.
about pretzel chicken. You have martinis in your mother.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's
I know.
That's other level.
Food may be involved, but probably not.
Probably not.
The only sustenance I will have is the olives in the martinis.
Right.
And maybe
It's a vegetable.
a Lay's potato chip here. and there.
Nice.
Nice. Well, you want to
She's a
pace
lovely
yourself.
cook. Yeah, I do.
She does cook, though,
Oh,
right?
she's wonderful.
And your sister cooks.
Nicole, yes.
Nicole
she does.
cooks.
No, well, they all cook.
They
but-
all cook.
But she's the gourmet.
They all
She's-
sustain themselves by fixing food. But this one,
they do.
cooks.
But,
yeah,
yeah,
I don't know what that.
But
anything
like
what that
for
would be like.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
like
awesome.
I want to try out this recipe. It baffles me. I'm going to try this out. I'm going to try this recipe. No,
She'll cook cookies, bake cookies just for fun, just to try something different.
to like relax and
Yeah.
try stuff in the kitchen.
I'm
need
just
those
like,
people in
I
your
don't
life.
want to get on the couch.
I'm not going to say I'm not allowed in the kitchen because
Uh-huh.
that's kind of that's a little bit too strong. But when there are things being prepared in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm asked to stay off of the mat.
You're sternly dissuaded from
I'm
entering
on the,
the
other
kitchen.
side of the island, and I'm like chopping carrots or something. And even if there's not carrots,
I was
going to
say, is Michelle just giving you a task?
Yeah.
Like, here, chop these carrots. We don't need them.
it's like Duncan Hines cake.
I'm making pretzel chicken, but
You
chop
don't
these
need
carrots.
the egg in the cake
Right.
mix, but they put it in there. So
Yes.
housewives thought that they were actually baking.
Well, people wouldn't buy it because they felt like it was instant because there weren't eggs involved. So it wouldn't sell very well. They put an egg in it, which it didn't need. And people were like, oh, now I'm cooking. And this is great. How convenient.
Is this all truth?
Yeah. Oh,
This
yeah.
is all true.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The instant cake mixes used to be just powder and water. And somebody had this
'Cause it was instant.
Because it was instant. That's how the cake, I mean, still not quite instant, but yeah, it sold well, but not well enough. And they discovered during studies, I'm air quoting everybody, studies, that showed that people thought it was like a military product. Basically, I'm adding water and it's making a cake. This feels, big brothery. I don't like it. Then they said, oh, well, you have to add an egg. And suddenly people were like, and oil. And, I'm cooking. I'm cooking now. This is great. It's just easier. It's not instant. It's just easier, and I'm a chef.
That's my speed of
I'm going
cooking.
to open a bakery because I can put an egg and some oil into powder and water. Yeah.
So I'm going to jump topics a little bit since we're on the subject of food, and
Okay.
we kind of talked about this at dinner tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't venture out into, let's try this recipe, but I will try things that I think that are healthy for me.
Okay.
Like I remember you and we went through a phase at work when I was making you drink lemon water every morning. Do you remember this?
Yes. And it's a practice I still do today.
Really?
Great for you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Thanks.
Take that
Kelly.
with you.
I read something about how you can get rid of toxins in your body, which isn't really a thing.
Yeah,
But
well,
whatever.
yeah.
I have a lot of toxins.
So this is going to be good. When you get back from your martini mom trip,
Martine's
Okay.
mom.
you need to try this. I read somewhere on the internet, so it had to be true, that if you juice with celery water, it's really good for you.
No, you juice with celery. You get celery water.
You take celery and you put it in a NutriBullet or whatever kind of juicer you have.
Right.
But
and
you
it
don't add any
liquefies
water
it.
to it. You just put the celery in, or do you also
I
add
added
water?
a little bit of
Okay,
water.
that seems smart to me.
Michelle just did it as like a shot,
Ooh, boy.
and it was a lot of celery.
Uh-huh.
And I mixed mine with a little bit of water because
Okay.
it tasted really weird.
Like
Probably
liquefied
needs-
celery.
Needed
Needed
something.
salt.
Yeah.
It needed a lot.
Or peanut
It needed
butter.
a lot.
Or bananas, or strawberries, or
Yeah,
literally
right.
anything else.
Or even, what is it? The raisins you put on?
Ants on a log.
Yeah, ants on a log.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what would have made that pureed celery better? If it weren't pureed, you put peanut butter and then raisins
right.
on it.
Which I
right.
do eat on occasion.
Yeah,
Me
it's,
too.
it's delicious. Absolutely.
So
you
I
had the
decided
celery
to
water.
drink this celery water.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, hey, look at me. I'm being healthy.
Yeah.
This is good for me. And maybe about 10 minutes later, I was leaving for work, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I
Okay.
needed to get out of the car and come back in the house.
In an emergency kind of a way.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was. I was beelining.
Was your phone ringing, Kelly? Did you leave the oven on? What exactly was happening? You have to spell it out for me.
I had
No,
some.
actually, you
I
don't.
had some
I understand.
noted intestinal distress.
You were
and-
about to shit your pants.
I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And I, kind of walk briskly into the house. And Michelle's
Briskly,
already
but
in the
carefully.
bathroom. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
So I just kind of sat in the kitchen sweating and didn't make any sudden movements. And then Michelle walked out of the bathroom and I, raced in.
Yep.
And then we realized two things. Never listen to anything that I find on the internet that says, this is going to be really good for you. Try it. And that we need 2 bathrooms.
So that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Lesson 743 of
Yep.
why we shouldn't listen to things on the internet, and yet here we are.
I really want to know. Okay, so when you eat celery, that doesn't happen.
Right.
I want to know what liquefying it does
Interesting.
that makes that happen.
Well, it's the same thing, I think, with a lemon. Lemon water will sometimes get things kind of moving.
Yeah, but not in that
No, this was
distressful
aggressive.
way.
I wonder if it's a metabolizing thing. Like, you can't metabolize a solid celery that quickly, but if you liquefy it, suddenly your body can take it in much faster.
Like the fiber slows
Right,
down.
exactly. Like, normally if
That
you're
could
chewing
be.
it and then you're digesting it, it's slowly getting into your system. But if you're liquefying it, you're basically like direct highway to bum trouble town.
The
I
second
guess.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah, it was bad.
Don't
Where
visit
are
there.
we right now?
Don't visit there.
Well, you're in bum trouble now.
It's west of Schenectady. Do not go there.
It was bad.
Is west of Schenectady.
So I think to this day, when I see celery, even when I do enjoy my ants on a log, I have that moment where I'm like, ooh, am I ready for this?
I'm making a mistake right now.
Yeah.
3-day cleanse coming
Prunes
up.
on a log. You'll probably be okay.
It was bad. It was really bad. I'm going to read this ad because I need you and maybe our listeners
boy.
to help me kind of figure this one out.
I feel like this could be a regular segment if we wanted it to be.
Could be. So this is from 7 Days Personals, and it's women seeking ...
Ooh,
And
mysterious.
I'm going to read this verbatim. Impregnate me, comma, hot, comma, sex. All right.
What?
You've grabbed my attention a little bit.
I mean,
Oh, where's
know?
why is the? But let's talk about the comma.
I know. And you know
Comma,
how I am
comma.
about punctuation.
I know it drives me nuts.
nobody
So
wants
then-
to, be splicing any clauses here.
Impregnate me,
comma.
hot,
Uh-huh.
comma, sex. So then the ad goes on to say,
Oh, there's more. Thank
there's
God.
more. Yeah, that's
I
just-
was intrigued that they didn't have a
that's the
follow-up. I
That's
would
the
have been
headline.
disappointed.
That's the
That's
eye
how they
catcher.
draw
That's
you
the-
in.
yeah.
Yeah,
the elevator
and clearly
pitch.
it
Okay.
worked. So it looks like she's looking for a male, but only based on what I'm reading here.
Okay.
I really want you to come over and impregnate me over and over again.
Oh,
And I can host.
Oh,
considerate.
hey, isn't she lovely?
well, I mean, I wasn't interested, but now that she can host, I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
I live alone. I'm serious.
Bonus.
Now,
So she's an independent gal
is
who
she
doesn't mess
serious-
around.
Is she serious about wanting the sex and the impregnation, or serious about the living alone? 'Cause
I don't know.
That sounds like somebody who's
I
been
don't
burned
know.
before.
I think that's a great conversation
I live
starter.
alone, but I'm serious.
Right.
I
I mean,
know
I
you've
live
been
alone.
I know you've been
yeah,
hurt.
I
but
have roommates, and they're my family, but I live my life
in my mind,
by
I live
myself.
alone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then she says, please let me know.
Okay.
I'm available anytime. I'm drug and disease free. I want to have twins or triplets or a lot of singletons. Impregnate me over and over again fast. So
Fast. Now let's talk about fast for a moment.
say you're a guy on the go and you want to impregnate somebody.
You only got 22 minutes.
This is your gal.
And you're interested in singletons.
So does she think that, okay, I mean, there's so many layers to this.
This is a lot to unpack.
Does she think that if she has sex more than once at each time she has sex, if she's ovulating,
I'm not sure the thought goes
that
even
equals
that
a
deep.
baby?
I mean,
Because, I mean, I know how babies work to an extent.
Work or develop or become a baby.
I don't really know.
I think I bought that book. I am having a baby soon. I think How
that's
Babies
right.
Work was the #1 New York Times bestseller.
Babies work because you put them to work.
See, and
basically.
then, once again, the show turns up. That's it. That's fine.
Listen, you have
No
brought
wonder
this
why
into
there's
our
no
life.
candy for you here.
You have brought this story
know.
into our life, and
Again,
we applaud you
no,
for it.
it's the
I'm-
reincarnation of celery water, but in personal
I'm
ad
going to
form.
say
It's not
English
gonna
is
end
not
well.
a first language for this chick.
Seems possible.
And have we determined that she's actually a she?
It does say women seeking.
Okay.
And she wants to be impregnated. So,
Yeah, so
but
those two
again, who
things-
knows how much he or she knows about babies? So
That's
maybe they're
true.
not familiar
Yeah.
with how that works either.
Triples.
I'm really interested in the fast. I really want to know more about whether she would like the impregnation to be fast or whether she would like the distance between impregnations to be fast. There's just a lot of interpretation there, and I'm not sure she intended it.
She does say, I want to have twins or triplets or a lot of singletons.
I can't get past singletons.
Like John Singleton? I think it's a fair question.
I think it is.
And
too.
if that's what she wants, I do not blame her.
No, go, yeah, absolutely, more power.
Impregnate me over and over again fast.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll have to ask at the birthing class what the speed of
could you
impregnating
take
someone
this
over and
with
over
you?
should be. Yeah, I'll take
I
it
think
as
it's
reference.
a great icebreaker.
As reference
I
material.
think we should answer the ad.
Well, I mean,
And say-
I can't impregnate anyone.
No, but I want to
Listen, I'm
find
not
out.
volunteering.
I
Just
want to
putting that
know
out
what
there.
she's thinking. I want to know what her.
You've already
what her goals
impregnated
are.
somebody
Yeah,
fast.
I've done and done. I've crossed that off the list.
And I've been impregnated.
Right? Yeah. So you've been
So-
on the other side of
There
things.
you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you could host. You hosted your daughter
hosted.
before she was born.
I did.
right?
I was a womb.
Yep.
host.
I'm
Yep.
gonna stick with the singleton. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
good.
Maybe we can name your baby Singleton. Let's get your wife on the phone and be like, I know we have names picked out.
I mean, a
but
middle name's an
what do you
option.
think about Singleton as a baby name? You realize that's what I'm going to call your baby.
It's going to be a nickname now, isn't it? Yeah. Singleton.
You know what bugs me more than people being exhausted because we, to quote Mo, lost an hour?
I'm never getting it back.
When people call it daylight savings time.
Daylight
saving time. It's like when people they will pluralize like Barnes and Nobles. It makes me nuts.
Hannaford's is mine.
Oh my God.
Ames's back in the day.
Oh God.
Did you go to Price Choppers? No.
Let's go to Costco's.
That one makes me crazy.
I know.
Costco's.
You think Costco's is really crowded? Well, I don't know what that means, so no.
You know you can't buy gas at Costco's?
That one almost makes sense because you could be talking about multiple Costco locations. You can't buy gas at Costco's.
But you can't go to the Costco's in Colchester.
The Costco's in Colchester.
Do you know you can buy vodka at Costco in Florida?
Ooh.
At Costco's?
Costco's. Big ones.
Costco's.
Big ones.
Really?
Like Grey Goose?
Handle of vodka
Yeah,
at the
Handle.
Costco's.
Kirkland brand.
High quality.
Mother has a 6-pack of these big bottles. I will polish off 3 of them.
Of course.
And I'm not saying I'm an alcoholic.
That sounds like a wonderful trip. Just come home and just do a celery cleanse. That's all.
I will.
That's all it takes. Only the one. It doesn't take a whole lot. Just the one time.
It's like
Mom,
2
can I have
sips.
Cleared
half
out.
a stock, please? Can I have half a stock? Watch what happens. I'm going to do a little trick for you now.
Watch what my body can do.
I went down to 170 pounds. Oh, my goal weight. Yay.
I see you're having a Bloody Mary there. Stirring that with some celery, are you? Can I
Yeah,
borrow that
sure
real quick?
are. I'll give it right back. I just need a sprig. Just a sprig of it. I'll be good.
I'm good. 20 pounds.
Feeling fresh.
I'm so happy for this diet tip.
Sorry about your
This
bathroom.
is going to be a great vacation.
Crack a window, maybe?
So again, bringing us back to that thing that we once had, segments. I don't know if anybody remembers segments. Jobs was one of the segments.
Can you put an echo on jobs?
You know what? I might be able to.
Yeah.
Let's see if I just crank this up. Which one is it? This one.
Oh.
Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
I'm gonna leave it. What do we think?
Yeah.
Lassie. Come back.
Lassie, it's me, Timmy. I fell down this goddamn well again. Help me. So jobs. Sorry, jobs.
Steve Jobs.
We had discussed quickly at pretzel chicken dinner. And what? Oh wait, you got something else?
No, the echo makes me laugh. I don't know why.
It's underutilized. We gotta spread it out very, very carefully.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's great.
Is that the only trick that you have in that?
Oh no. Here, let's
put
flip
a
through
pin in
some.
jobs,
All right,
and we'll go
come
back to
jobs.
effects.
All right, so interestingly enough, there are, I think, 20 effects on here, 17 of which are essentially echo of like a different variety.
Oh, okay.
But there's a bunch of different things. So here, I'm going to crank this up to about half. So you've heard this one. This is a really disdained echo. And so it would come down a little bit. So this is slightly different echo. Not much different.
It's a quicker reverb.
So if I then click, now we've got some kind of weird, barren, empty room situation. This is like a
Put your hands up.
Yep.
This is abandoned Chicago
Okay,
factory.
Clancy, take the boys and surround the house.
Yeah, see? So we got that one. I'm going to click further down here and see what we end up with. So some of these are like safe, like padded room. Then you get like the no anything.
Oh, that's a tough
no
one.
sustain at all.
Yep.
That you're like in a fabric store or something.
Stop it. It's not even funny.
All right. And then again, it just kind of ups the echo amount as you go. And you can get like really intense with it as well and make it really nasty.
Stop touching buttons.
Sorry.
No, this is just the different levels of the various sustains, so it just makes it
This is why I
louder.
can't touch the button.
It's fine.
I'm inside the milk truck cleaning it out.
Who wants more celery water?
So that's effects, everybody.
That was a lot of fun.
It's every now and then we'll have to just go through there and see what ridiculous things we can come up with
we
for
come
the
up with
effects.
a word that really needs a good old.
That was it all was born by Hody B. Hody B
I'm
really.
sorry.
I'm
Who?
sorry. You're absolutely right. I wish I could remember which echo.
Hody B. She wrote a review, and her name needed to be highlighted, so we
I
highlighted
realized
it with
that. Yeah.
Aren't you
echoes.
kind?
Hody B.
Hody B.
Just can't help ourselves.
Nope.
So we wanted to talk quickly about jobs because you had brought up a fantastic idea, Kelly, about the worst job imaginable. Now, at some point we had talked about like our worst job, but I think this is even better in terms of what is the worst job that you could imagine potentially having? Like, what job would you absolutely never want and would not wish upon your worst enemy?
Like I applied for it?
No.
Oh, you actually had it for a while?
Had it for a while and realized how horrible it was? No.
Good luck, Kelly. Same to you, Citro. I wish you luck. Or whatever the hell I said.
Same to you.
Best wishes.
Best wishes.
wishes.
Exactly.
Well, I have two answers.
Okay.
When I lived in New York, I worked at a temp agency, and every once in a while, if I was bored and what do they call them? Headhunters? They call them headhunters, I think, or whoever. Like
Trying to recruit you?
My temp person would send me on these random interviews, which I thought were hilarious. And he would say, you're nowhere even near qualified, but yeah, why not? You should just go. I'm like, all right. So
Good experience.
I had an interview. So I'm going back to 2001, maybe 2002. And he said, this is something you're not qualified for. You're not going to be able to get through the door. And if you do, wonder why you got as far as you did. Well, I'm on board.
I mean, sign me up for that.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Let me
a joy.
throw my suit on. It was an assistant to the executive assistant at Trump Tower. Like in Trump's office.
boy.
Yeah. And I was like, what do I do? Of course I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to go.
You got to check that situation out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I didn't get dressed up or anything. I wore business casual stuff. I'm like, why am I going to get dressed up? I'm not qualified for this. And I just I want to be an a-hole.
Sure. Yeah.
And I knew that I wasn't going to meet with him, but I was going to meet with the assistant to his executive assistant.
Great.
And she was maybe 94 years old.
My retirement's going to kick in anytime now.
Exactly. And it was terrible and really entertaining at the same time.
And it's so often those two are intertwined.
And but sadly, I didn't get that job.
Oh, that's
but I'm
a
used.
shame.
No, it's fine.
The
I'm used
pension
to
could have really
rejection.
come in handy right
Yeah. Imagine where I'd be right now.
Ooh, let's not. That's
I know.
That's a
Can you
dire
imagine?
photo,
Jesus
dire picture.
Christ.
Yeah.
So that would be the worst job.
So that would have been the
Ever.
worst job that you could have actually had a chance to get. Yeah.
But I didn't have a chance to get it.
Well, you were there. You were in the room.
But
you were
I
the
think
room where it happened.
if there's
if
a
you will.
job that I could apply for and probably get, or at least get an interview, I can't even walk into this store because it makes me crazy.
Okay.
Medical supply store.
Oh.
It's the worst.
Okay.
And I don't care where you go in the world. It's
All of them?
well, I've been in 2.
Okay.
Well, it's a
So
good data
all
set.
that I've been in.
100%.
It's super stuffy. And there's no air.
Okay.
And the lighting is terrible. And when you walk in, it's like you're looking at urinals. And the people aren't very friendly. And you're just like, why am I here?
Because I need a splint for my ankle.
Why I broke my foot and I had to get a cast.
I require a
And the
sitz
woman was
bath.
like, how'd you break your foot?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I didn't even want to answer her. So that would be
So it's
my hell job.
So it's dank, it's poorly lit, you're looking at urinals, everybody sounds like that. It
Yeah.
sounds exactly like a casino to
Oh,
me.
that sounds like
You're
just like a
absolutely
casino.
right. You're
right.
There's
yeah.
no air.
at Trump Tower.
No, and there's no music playing. It's totally quiet.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
Eerie,
I task
disturbing.
everyone, if you have the time, to go to one of the 2 medical supply stores here in Burlington. If
Right,
there's
in our
people that
area.
are listening outside of Burlington. I'm
Again,
sure
thank you for
find them.
listening.
And we're sorry. Go into that medical supply store and tell me I'm not right.
Okay. You're painting a picture that I,
we
don't want to be
we can
part
go
of.
together if you want.
I mean,
Road
sounds like
trip.
something you should experience on your own. I don't know if you want a shared memory.
Well, maybe
about
we'll
that.
need a
Get some road
commode.
sodies.
We'll need a commode for Mo after her celery water
That's right.
cleanse.
Give me the squatty potty bit.
Yeah.
I have a squatty
I know
potty.
you do.
I swear by it.
I mean, so many people do. We have them. We have them in my place as well. We get the
See?
squatty potties.
I've been using paint cans to prop my legs up.
DIY
I'm too
squatty
cheap.
potty.
I've upped my toilet paper game and everything, but not gotten the squatty
Well,
potty.
that's an interesting point about like the things you're willing to pay money for,
Yes.
as opposed to because you can do whatever you want to create your at-home DIY squatty potty. Essentially, you just got to get your feet off the
Paint
floor.
cans.
That's all it takes. So paint cans are definitely an option.
Yeah.
But you upped your toilet paper game?
No, I'm interested. That's where I was circling back
I
to
mean,
as
that's
well.
not many people can
so-
say that.
Who
okay,
can
so-
say among us?
Please share.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have realized that how you a good measure of how you're doing in your life financially is if your toilet paper game has upped. So if you've gone from half ply,
Interesting.
so when
Yes.
Sadie was I had no money.
Yep.
Half ply toilet paper.
Yep.
If there's such a thing.
Yeah.
So
there
thin,
probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thin it just
Yep.
Right. It was the idea of toilet paper more than
you,
actual
you
toilet
get it
paper.
and it just becomes dust.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like,
disintegrates.
I'm supposed to wipe my ass with that.
You got to be quick.
That's right. And now I'm using the Cottonelle. The large.
Plushy,
Okay.
like
Oh yeah.
So it's like a
nice.
pillow.
Nice meaty. It's like I'm wiping my ass with a down pillow.
you need 2 squares and you're set
Yes.
because
That's
it's so.
But I
9
realized
ply.
that, now that Sadie's making money and she's a woman on her own, living still with her mother. Well, because we decided for this next year, whatever, it's the best for all of us, but
Party mode.
for everybody. But things like you start buying things that you wouldn't have done when you were
Oh, absolutely.
struggling
Yeah.
or not, because like you don't buy Kleenexes because you can use toilet paper.
Right. Or paper towels. Or
Right.
Whatever.
Towels,
And,
right.
well, and paper towels are another one. You buy the
Exactly.
Selecta-size Bounty paper towels because
Yeah.
they are the quicker picker-upper.
Yep.
And you don't want to waste a whole paper towel.
Right.
All that money you're making.
Right.
Yep. That's definitely one of the things for sure.
Fabric softener, snaffner.
Fabric snaffing.
And
I get made fun of for saying the word daughter.
Daughter. Hey, my daughter
Oh,
uses
God, your
fabric
daughter?
softener.
My daughter.
Daughter uses that fabric snaffing.
Like, ooh, did you get out of the cab just now? You just get out of the cab? Can't have
And you go
nice
pluck the
things.
goddamn claw.
We can't have nice things.
Can't have nice things.
No, it's really interesting.
That's true.
Those are the things that you feel like you've made it. I definitely agree. We have we're very brand loyal to our toilet paper brand. I, as my wife will attest to, am like absolutely obsessive about the Selecta-size paper towels. Like if she grabs the big thing of paper towels and brings it over, I'll be like, those aren't Selecta-size. And she just rolls her eyes and like takes it out of the cart and throws it at me and she's like, get the goddamn Selecta-size paper. Listen, my extreme wealth that allows me to buy Selecta-size paper towels, I'm not going to waste a full paper towel on a small spill.
get it.
I want a half a paper towel.
I get it.
If the technology exists, why not utilize it?
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yep.
But yeah, there's so many of those little things that you realize you've made it. I love that idea. I would be
there's-
interested, actually, if this is a great one. Okay, you're following us on Facebook. We'd love that. I would love to know if you out there have a thing that you indulge in that you don't necessarily need to, but is a good representation of what you've made it. So we got toilet paper, paper towels, fabric softener is another great one. If you've got things out there that you buy and you're like, I don't need this, but I need it, if you know what I'm saying. I'd love to hear it. Throw it up on Facebook.
Shampoo. I think that's where I don't.
Willing to
skimp.
splurge?
Yeah. I
You
don't-
got a lot of nice bath suds.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I do like a bubble bath.
Yep.
I do like an oil.
Yeah.
Good oiling down.
Yeah, I do. I like a nice essential oil.
Just like I've never
I
had
mean,
a
it's
massage.
right in the name. It's essential.
Exactly. And it's an oil.
I've never had a
Getting-
massage.
like having a massage. Like I would never spend money on a massage.
Just
or
doesn't
like
seem-
acupuncture, and I go now regularly.
I love going to acupuncture.
Me too.
I've heard great things. I've never done it.
Oh my God, you
gotta-
have to go.
You have to go to
Yeah.
our person.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's
Montana
like-
Burns.
Montana Burns.
Oh my God, what
If
a
you
great
are
name.
in
Oh my
the
God.
Chittenden County area, run, don't walk. Make an appointment
love
at Atlas
Mon-
Acupuncture,
Atlas Acupuncture.
Montana Burns. She's wonderful.
I mean, with a
Miracle
name
worker.
like Montana Burns, it has to be good.
Yes.
Like, there's no way that that's not a great
amazing.
service.
She's amazing.
Okay, duly noted. Acupuncture.
Here's something that I want to talk about, and it really only pertains to people in this area.
Oh, God forbid. Our main
Our
listener
immediate
area.
listening area. Did you guys know the Pizza Putt is closing?
Yep.
They've been open for like 25 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Since
Yeah.
I can remember ever. Like, I don't remember
Do
their...
kids not go out and play anymore?
I don't know.
It's really sad. I mean, so I've heard a lot of differing opinions about this. Some people just feel like it was always just a germ factory, but like I have so many great memories
nothing
of
wrong
that
with
place.
a germ
and yeah,
factory.
We got to have those in your life. That's how you build immunities.
Yep.
So
why are they closing?
I don't know.
I'm assuming it's Fortnite. I'm just assuming it's Fortnite's fault, like most things.
I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry, it's a video game that all the kids play. I don't even know. I don't really fully understand it myself,
Okay.
but it's a very popular free-to-play video game that everybody's into. It's ridiculous. So I'm assuming it's because, and they've tried to diversify over the last few years. They put that whole arcade in. They had the batting cages. They got the laser tag fairly recently.
Yep.
Like they've tried to do what they can. Now, granted, they never really seem to ever update the friggin' mini golf course, which was the whole point.
Yeah.
It was always like, completely ramshackle.
Yeah.
Things were broken.
I thought that was part of the charm.
I mean, I agree. I totally agree. It felt like part of the charm. But I could see the reason why people would go in there for the first time and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I do know that you could get Mama could have a sippy cup of wine.
See, there you go. Yep. Because you're
Priorities.
a gal on the go.
I am.
You want to play some skee ball.
I do.
You want to have a drink.
Yep.
I want to.
And you want to earn some prizes.
Pinot and skee ball. That's what you're
like
into.
a date night for me. I want to win some prizes.
Yep. There you
I want to
go.
play some skeet ball.
Yep. There
Have
you
a
go.
sippy cup of wine.
How do you feel about fast impregnation? I'm just curious.
Right. I mean,
They can try.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, maybe just a singleton. I don't know. So they're open until the end of the month, which by the time
Should
this
we
show
go?
airs,
Will have passed.
it will have passed. Oh, yeah. I want to go on a Tuesday because everything is 2 for 1 on Tuesday. It's a clever play
2
on
for
words
1
because it has
Tuesday.
2 in it.
Yeah.
What? Oh, because of the food?
No, because it's 2.
You get 2 games or 2
Everything.
foods?
Yeah, I think.
Yes, hello. 2 foods, please. I will take 2 foods.
Kelly, I know that you're closing at the end of the month. Could I still get the 2 foods?
Listen, I'm drooling.
Swallow periodically.
I will. I'm just asking a question over here.
Let me ask you something about
ask you.
2 foods.
So I want to go one last time.
Okay.
I have to.
No, I think you yes, absolutely. For tradition's sake, for sure.
Yeah.
It's, if you've not been to Pizza Putt, weird, first of all, if you live in the area. But
Yeah.
if you've not been in the area, it's basically an indoor mini golf course. That's what it started out as. It was this big, giant indoor mini golf course. They had like these elaborate holes, and it was a revelation. It was like this place that had like a 2-story hole, and like you could
2-story hole. They've said that about me.
like you climb up, you climb up, climb up into it. Listen, I don't think you have any right to judge right now. Okay, this is the universe telling you they may be.
Choking.
I know.
I'm talking about 2-story holes over here.
Derek, go on without it.
Basically, it was just a huge, elaborate indoor mini golf course, and I just remember being absolutely like blown away as a kid by how cool this was. And then as time goes on, obviously things like that wear off. It's not nearly as interesting. Clearly, they've had issues over the years of trying to stay in business and keep the money going. Their creamies were really popular. I remember
They have
like their creamy
creamies?
window. Oh yeah, in the
love
summer the creamy window was always
didn't know
hopping.
that.
I used to go down Airport Parkway quite a bit to get here, and so from work, and I remember going by there on the summer days. It was like packed.
Let's talk about Jesse's wife. And the
Timely
Olsen twins. Oh, they're
story.
noticeably quiet during this scandal, aren't they? Are they conjoined?
No, they're just contrived. They're
Okay.
not conjoined.
Because they always seem like they're stuck
They
together.
are. They always at the hip together.
And
That's
one's really
very true.
unhappy about it, and the other one's like, what are you going to do?
They don't have any teeth because
Yep.
they never smile.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't think
they're haunted at this point. They're very much
They're worth billions
like
of
cadavers
dollars,
walking
so.
around. Yeah.
So what happened with this thing with Jesse's wife? What's her
Aunt
name?
Becky.
What's Aunt Becky?
I don't
Aunt
know. her
Becky,
actual name is.
Lori, is it
Or as we say in Jersey,
Lori Laughlin,
Aunt
that sounds
Becky.
right.
Lori Laughlin.
That sounds right.
What's her name?
Lori Laughlin?
Okay.
Ish.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
All right.
We can Google this.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about
But
it.
Yeah.
if only we had the technology
We do
to
have
figure
machines.
out.
We have information
Hold the phone,
machines.
please.
So Lori Laughlin. Lori Laughlin
Oh,
was
right.
correct.
Aunt Becky.
Aunt Becky, Lori Laughlin. I didn't realize that she was even part of the scandal. I heard a lot of the like headlines, and I got the gist, as one does with the news cycle these days. I got the gist of what was going on. But yeah, apparently
Always
there
safe
was.
to just get the gist.
Yeah,
of
that's enough of an issue for
Yeah.
me. I'm good. I
fake
got enough
gist.
to worry about.
Fake gist.
Fake gist. You gotta be careful with that. Fake gist.
T on the end.
Hard ST there.
By the way, there's no such thing as fake gist.
You tell that to the Singletons.
Never happened.
So, apparently, shock and bewilderment struck the nation as it was discovered that rich people were paying schools to take their kids.
What?
Who would have thought that
is
rich people
crazy
could
talk.
buy privilege for their already privileged children?
So,
or take their SATs for them.
Yep.
Or say they were getting a scholarship for sports and don't even play
That they
said
did
sports.
not play.
Right.
Yeah.
or as they say in some countries, sport.
Right. Sport.
Football.
I'm a sport
I
performer.
wish to send my son there for football.
But they say sport.
Yes, sport.
And they don't say the hospital, they just say a hospital.
I'm in hospital.
Yeah, I'm in hospital.
Yep.
I had an injury from playing sport.
Playing sport. Which one? Yeah, who
And
could
that's
say?
where you say, that's where, hey, sport comes from.
There you go. But okay.
It's an exclamation. Hey, sport.
Hey, sport.
Here's my
Yeah.
question. At what point, because, all right, I'm just going to kind of get into it and maybe upset some people.
That won't be the first or the last time.
So if you're a very rich person, say you're a celebrity and you want
Okay.
your kid to go to a good school,
Sure.
and that will give him or her the opportunity to go to a good college, and
Mm-hmm.
you will pay whatever needs to be paid in order to make that happen. What do they expect the end result to be? Because it's not like, with all due respect to John Bon Jovi, it's not like his daughter is going to struggle to make a living when she's
Sure.
done at whatever college she decides to go to.
Sure.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's kind of what's the end game? What's the goal, like you were saying? So you pay all this money to go to a school with the, I guess, ostensibly you want them to be able to get into a good college, which makes sense, except that they're going to be fine after college,
They're
too.
fine.
So
They're fine.
Yeah, what's the kind of end? I mean, I guess, I suppose
Well,
you could
Lori
make the
Loughlin's
argument.
daughter suppoposedly is the one that's the Instagram star.
Right.
And went to, I'd have to look it up because
That's
I don't
fine.
know everything. But, because I don't know everything.
98% of things.
She was there just to tweet and Instagram about her experience at college and partying and
Yeah. That was her career.
that was her career.
Yeah, Instagram influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Seriously?
Which seems like, you're going to pay all this money to go to college. That feels like the right path. I'm going to Instagram
That's
influence
nuts.
for a living. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
I'm
really...
going to start doing that.
Lori
we
Loughlin's
should do?
daughter here. I'm looking it up now.
Okay.
There we go. The
Olivia?
whole thing just baffles me. Like, they created entire athletic careers for these students.
Right, out of thin air.
Like, they would Photoshop
Yeah.
their faces on other athletes' bodies.
Yes.
Lori Loughlin's bail set at $1 million.
Ooh.
Wow.
Steep.
Did she kill somebody? I mean,
Well, no, because I
Fraud,
think it's,
man.
it's
It'll kill
mail
you.
fraud
Oh,
and
fraud.
wire fraud.
It's a lot of counts. I
but
think that's...
did Manafort have to pay that much money? Oh, just saying.
No, zing. That's for sure. Here's one thing about, I don't like anything about Paul Manafort, but here's something I really dislike about Paul Manafort.
It's tough to say, here's one thing.
He can't walk without tripping. Have you noticed this? He can't. He always has it like, oh, missed a step. And then one time he hit his head getting into a car. I mean, he just seems like a galoot.
Are we
you know
certain
what I mean?
he's not some kind of
He's
supervillain
70.
who used to be much bigger than he currently is or something? Or is he from another planet with different gravity? We don't know.
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Every single time I see him on television, he has that weird look on his face, and he's not watching where he's going, and he's always like almost falling and tripping. Like he doesn't see the long set of stairs when he's leaving the courthouse that's lined with media to
Comes
ask him
old
questions.
Paul Manafort.
It just, I like that.
You know,
I like
every
that.
now and then. Every now and then.
Try saying that with
I
a
like
Jersey
a-
accent. Paul Manafort.
Well, Paul Manafort.
Paul Manafort.
Goddamn Paul Manafort. I don't know why I always put goddamn in front of it.
You
it
read
just
my
it
mind.
flies
We
out
don't really
right.
say it that much. Well, maybe we do.
Goddamn Paul
What's the
Manafort.
other
Yeah,
guy?
goddamn Bon Jovi.
What's the other guy?
I can't even say it. That's just the pretzel chicken talking now. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have hit on all that we could possibly hit on in a single episode, and I feel good about it. Mo, thank you again so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. Come back and see us again.
Thank you so
anytime
much. I
you'd
will.
like.
Thank you.
Thank you all for listening. I want to encourage everybody to head over onto iTunes and leave us an iTunes review. We would really, really appreciate that. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Send us an email. If you guys have something you want us to talk about, we'd love, love, love to hear from you. If you have those things that make you feel like a rich person, we'd love to hear those as well. Throw those up on the social media or email them over to us. I think
Or
that's
if you've had an incident with celery water
yeah, if you can,
and you want to talk it out.
can co-sign the celery water situation, we want to
Get
hear
the
your
better
story.
toilet paper. Just saying.
It's worth the investment.
It's worth the investment.
A is related to B.
That's right. And if we've done anything for you tonight, it's made that distinction.
Exactly.
Circle of life.
So thanks so much for listening. Our intro and outro music is Hold Me Down by John Worthy and the Bends. Our head chef, script supervisor, and chef du jour this week has been Michelle Pilardi, and we will talk to you all later. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Best wishes.
Bye-bye now.